attention to trouble or being in danger. And so that translated to me thinking about like my weight. And like I will always get my whole adult life get to a certain number and then just bounce back up. You know what I'm saying? 180s, 190s, 200s, low 200s, but nonetheless too much for my 5'4" height. And I said, that's the reason. That's Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. I know that I have a number of new subscribers, so I want to just say thank you so much. I know that you don't have to subscribe to channels, but I just wanted to say thank you so much sincerely for taking the time to listen to a short or video and I guess your interest in my life. So thank you so much for being here. My name is Evelyn, and I today have a different kind of video. Fall is actually my favorite time of year, and for me, because it's change, right? But also this time of year, I tend to get super pensive, like deeply thinking on things, and reflective of decisions I've made, what needs to pivot, taking internal assessment of where I am. And even before the weight loss journey that I have been publicly sharing with you on Wegovy or the GLP-1, I, for my whole life essentially, been like this when it comes to like the fall and winter months as it gets closer to my birthday, which is at the end of January. And so I was in the backyard earlier this week on one of my work from home days, and I saw our beautiful tree, and I'll insert a clip here so you can see. I saw our beautiful tree that my husband and youngest son planted back in 2020. And the only reason I know the date is actually July of 2020 to be exact. And the only reason I know the dates is because I looked up the receipt in my email to be sure that I was being factual. And I noticed like how much we call him Baby T because he was a baby tree when we first got him, but how he's grown up so much, and I'm personifying him, of course, but y'all stay with me. And his leaves, they change each year. The more mature Baby T gets, the more vibrant I've noticed the color he changes into. And it just really made me think about change in general and how sometimes things get really hard in life and change can be hard. I know this season particularly can be very difficult for a lot of people for a host of reasons. And I just wanted to talk to you about one of the things that I noticed, I would say, this year about my channel. And wanted to share some insight of what I've learned with just having some introspective time and doing that assessment of myself. So as you know, my channel's name is Beautiful I'm Colored, right? Now, Beautiful I'm Colored, for those of you who do not know, the reason why my channel is the name that it is because in 2022, I self-published a book by that title. And it's essentially like a memoir. It's a series of about 20 short stories of true stories of myself, some of which are traumatic. It also doubles as a therapeutic journal. So at the end of each story, there's a question or writing prompt to encourage the reader to write. And the reason for that is because when I was going through some things and I couldn't verbally state some things in my adult life as well as in my teen years, I could get it out by writing. And I was encouraged to do that by one of my grandmothers. Anyhow, that context is important, what I just shared with you. And here's the reason why. So you noticed at the beginning of my intros, probably if you're very observant, you might have noticed that I have started to label like my name. Or if Marlon's in the video, I'll label his name. Or if one of the kids are in the video, I'll label their names. That's for consistency. But the reason why I started labeling my name is because of the name of my channel, it automatically defaults to beautiful. So everybody calls you by your channel name, right? In YouTube land or in virtual land. And I really struggled, to be honest with you, with people calling out beautiful, I am colored, and or shorten it and saying, you know, beautiful says this or beautiful says that. Because a couple reasons why I struggle with it. One, because I didn't want people to think that I was like a vain person. And that's an internal thing that I am still working on. And then two, I also didn't want people to think that I was trying to project something out that wasn't true. And I had to ask myself, well, Evelyn, why are you struggling so much with, you know, people calling you the shortened version of your channel, which is Beautiful I'm Color. So it makes sense that people would say beautiful. Why are you having such a difficult time digesting that and hearing that? And so I was thinking, you know, and I was asking God about it and stuff. And you know, the reason why I struggle because it brings attention. And I have never been a fan of wanting to get attention, especially undesired attention. And I won't go into any details because I'm not feeling led that now is the time to reshare my story publicly. But what I will say is this: as a young child, I, let's just say, got enough attention in the not so good way from adults. And that kind of triggered something, I think, in my brain from cognitive standpoint. I connected attention to trouble or being in danger. And so that translated to me thinking about like my weight. And like I will always get my whole adult life get to a certain number and then just bounce back up. You know what I'm saying? 180s, 190s, 200s, you know, low 200s, but nonetheless too much for my 5'4" height. And I said, that's the reason. That's the reason. It is a protective mechanism. And I know this information is not going to be new to some of you, but it's like subconsciously when we are programmed, when we go through traumatic experiences at young ages, it follows us into adulthood if we don't take the time to reprogram that subconscious thinking. And so for me, the reason why it was hard for me to digest being called out as beautiful is because I associated that with one, attention, and then the attention in my brain was like, you know, negative, something non-positive might happen to you because you're being drawn out, you're being pulled out, if you will. And I was like, this is not that season. We're done with that season of life. I'm done with that season of life where the old Evelyn, or I should say the new Evelyn, is accepting of being called beautiful, is accepting of my body changing and getting more attention, and that being okay, knowing that I have the power to pop somebody in their mouth if they move wrong. And yes, I did say that. That was not that was not an error in my speaking. I am getting stronger, I am getting leaner, and I am getting smaller overall. And I don't have to hold anymore the belief that if I get attention, that I'm gonna be in harm's way. And I don't know why that was on my heart to share so much with you this week. I really hope that that little snippet made sense. But now I am going to pivot and talk about some of the things I am doing to prepare myself for the new year. And again, this is not anything new for me. I do this actually every year because of how God has wired me. I'm in tune more than most with what's going on, and so I tend to get like this. And so anyhow, one thing that I'm doing or will be doing here as we go into the new year, of course, taking care of my physical exams, getting all the testing, things of that nature. Thank you so much, Journal Talk with V, again, for reminding me about my eye exam. I went there and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it's been 3 years. And of course, my script has changed, and, you know, my eyesight is changing. And so I'm getting some new glasses. I call them my Nana glasses because I am a grandmother. And so they're fresh, they're fly, but they're definitely, to me, Nana status. And so I'm really happy that I got that out the way. So thank you, Journal Talk with V. The other thing that I'm getting ready to do is headshots. And I know you're like, girl, how do you even fit your physical? You just told us a story about why, you know, some trauma stuff. And listen, y'all stay with me now. There's a rhyme and reason to how I flow. And I am super strategic, as Jennifer picked up on. So anyhow, the next one is headshots. Regardless of if you're on LinkedIn or if you're just a content, I shouldn't say just, if you're a content creator or whatever, it doesn't matter. I had my first headshots done a few years ago by a professional here in the area, because I did have at that time a LinkedIn page. I no longer have a LinkedIn page. I deleted that. But because we have to be in a virtual arena, regardless of if it's social media or even if it's in your 9 to 5, you know how you can save a picture, you know, to it. I'm telling you, that thing hit differently when it is a professionally done headshot. And don't get me wrong, our iPhones and stuff or our Androids can do a whole lot and you can get away with it. But I'm just telling you from my experience, the headshots that I've gotten done over the years, or the professional shoots, there's just no comparison. And honestly, if I could put my hand on the photo shoots and stuff like that I've done in the past 5 to 6 years, I'll insert them here so that you can see. But it's time for some new headshots because, as we know, we have released weight, which is amazing. And it's just time. It's just time. I'm feeling pulled that it is time to move in that direction. Also, for headshots, you never know when your turn is going to come up at bat. Here's what I mean by that. You never know when you might get called for an interview at your local news station or an interview, a virtual interview, and they say, hey, can you just send me, you know, a quick headshot of you along with your bio? Here's another tip. If you do not have a bio is just a simple description of yourself that tells a little bit and gives the listener, reader, whomever, a little bit of insight about who you are. Go ahead and write a paragraph or two about who you are and just save it. I don't know who that's for, but I know it's for someone. Go ahead and invest the time and write your bio. It could be really short and to the point, especially, honestly, if you're a content creator and you're starting to, you know, become more and more well known. It is a good thing to have in your back pocket. Aha. The next thing is, so I don't know about you, but when I look good, I feel good. Some people are not like that. And I live in a state where casual is king, okay? I'm casual sometimes. At home, you've seen me in my sweats before. You know, today I have on jeans and this top, you know, nothing fancy. But I do like to look good when I go out. But I noticed recently, my workout game, going to the gym, ain't been where it needed to be. So several content creators have those 25% codes, the IUGA codes that you can use. And I finally broke down and bought me some new workout gear that's fleece lined because, you know, it's cooler here now in Colorado. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought people were just shooting commercials. I'm just going to be honest. I thought people were just shooting commercials. But guess what? That IUGA brand, as it currently stands, the quality of it is on point. The compression is on point. And I don't even have a discount code because y'all know my channel's small. We still growing over here. The next thing is I've noticed that as I'm aging, certain things are changing. I was somewhere with Marlon the other week and he was like, what's that on your neck? And I was like, oh man, that's like freckles and moles and all kind of stuff that started popping up on your girl face as I get closer and closer to 48. It's nothing I'm gonna do about it. It's just what it is, right? The aging process. And I was like, it is what it is. But one of the things that I actually don't like that is happening is the shifting of the teeth. I think it's time for me to look into some straightening. because I'm noticing, you know what I'm saying, as I age, you know, the shift. And frankly, I would like to have some straight teeth. I would. So those are just a few of the things that I'm going to be working on as we go into January. And I'm just planning to live my absolute beyond best life. I am looking for the life that I've never had and the one that exceeds my dreams. And believe me, I have very big dreams. I hope that you are blessed. I hope that your family is safe. I hope that you have peace of mind more than anything as we transition into fully into this next season. And I also want to pray that grace, and that you will be graced to get through, even if it's a tough thing, that you will be graced by God to get through it. And yes, I think that is all that is in the tank for today to give. Again, thank you. I hope y'all have a wonderful week. And remember, the future you is waiting on you. Until next time, beautiful.